mock review. Hey there, everybody. I know it's been a little bit since my last review. I've had a new Bionicle video in the works for a minute. I got everything, shot and whatnot, and I got most of the lines, but I'm waiting on basically the key figure of the episode to pony up. He's been busy with college and all that, so hopefully we'll see that soon. I think he's trying to get his lines to me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a review that we can enjoy. This one, I don't know what he officially goes by. He's one of the people who on the amino switches their names around depending on mood or time of year. So right now he goes by SpooKyren. So I'm gonna call him SpooKyren, or just Kyren for short. And what did he call this one? He calls this mock Coran. Almost like Corona, so a little sus there, but it's a good build. Just taking it from the front, I gotta give big praise for keeping the simple color scheme. Black and silver with just a translute for the eyes, it's nice. It's a good way to just maintain consistency. Some people would say it might be a little overdone, just also black and white, not too visually appealing, but I think when done right, it's always a solid go-to. Starting from the feet down, we got some simple Metro feet, which I think works good for a medium-sized build like this one. Smaller to life, very lean. Doesn't need to be too big for anything. I think it'd be like a hindrance to the overall sleek look of the build. It looks like he looks like he has a tire around the ankle, which is good for filling up space. It also looks like he has some kind of system plate underneath the shin guard. Can't really tell too much what it's supposed to be, but it kind of juts out in a weird way. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but maybe it's just there to help keep the shin plate in place. Speaking of the shin plate, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it looks like you have two different types of silver going on here. It looks like it would have been the older version of the silver Ignica plate. Then on the left is one of the later ones. So I don't know if that's just the lighting, but I do know that's one of the inconsistencies that came with Bionicle putting out silvers. You can also compare it to what's on the crotch, the forearms, versus what's on the chest. It looks like they're different types of silver. Maybe you want to try and see if you can find some that match up a little bit better. Otherwise, it's not really that big of a deal. It covers the shin really well, and a nice addition of the CCBS on the back of the calf. Looks a little bulky, but it does serve to round it out. Moving up the thighs, really simple bone with the CCBS and that one piece on the back. I'm not sure what it is, but it gives it some good man ass. So just kidding, but it's a nice way to just kind of give a little bit more detailing there. Crotch has got the simple Valky plate, and then you got that sweet connector there with two Borak eyes. Nice. Gives it just a little bit more cover, a little bit more covering, and just I guess it works good for giving some just hip detailing. Nice use of I'm seeing some articulation here in the waist, and I see you're using two tires to help fill it out. Can't say I'm a big fan of how they're not laying in there fully. It's you can tell one's dipping out over the other. I guess maybe try to see if you can find some tires that just fit a little bit better. Otherwise, maybe it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of like the what's it called, accordion mechanics. So how an accordion goes up and down, and this can be used for I guess giving some cushion or restraint when it comes to the flexibility. Alright, let me switch over to another picture so I can see more of the chest. It doesn't look like the chest is too complicated. The shoulder pads here, and of course the chest armor and the little nice custom scarf you got going on, it's kind of obscuring it, so I can't say too much. But it looks like it's not too extravagant, just simple, to the point, very functional, so good job on that. We'll leave the head for later. We'll come back and we'll talk about the arms. So yeah, I can see you definitely went a little bit more custom on this one, which I like because it lets you use that Vorok's armor piece very nicely. I want to know where you got that in black because I want that. Nice little touch of using the system to cover it up, cover up the holes. So good there. And then it just connects to a simple CCBS bone with a little stud in the hole there, so it looks nice. The fingers, I think it works having them on the inside when they're folded in like that, but I feel like I wouldn't like how it looks if you try to extend them. So I guess it depends on the pose you're going for. If you're gonna keep them folded in like that, you're probably fine. But if you want to try and extend them out, I would switch them around to the other side. Alright, let's take a good look at the head now. Again, this is just like with Blue's mock. It's a customized system head, so kudos on you for making that design. I'm actually a really big fan of this, just because it kind of reminds me of Quote and Curly Brace from Cave Story, who are both also robots, and they got like the little antennas on the back of the head. It works good here, you know, very simple, like it's just black with the eyes being blue, so it makes it pop out really well. And I'm sure it's just the nature of the beast, but I really enjoy how the studs are on the inside of the visor, so it looks like it actually has black eyes. I guess if you want to do something a little different, maybe you could try switching those out for like white or something else. That way it gives it more of a pupil, you know, the whites of the eyes. Just something to consider. Now let's look at his weapons. Taking it from the back, which also you can still use some CCB or just use some system for the back of the ass to give it a little rounding. So good job there. But the weapon, very nice. I've seen a lot of people use Mattel's sword. I'd say yeah, it's pretty good for the look. It kind of reminds me of the sword from Attack on Titan. They're doing some yard work outside. Hopefully that's not being heard on me putting music in the video. Hopefully it covers it up. Apologies if you hear that. But yeah, it's always cool, just you take that main piece there and then you add onto it, giving it that custom hilt. I don't know what that system piece there, but I've seen a lot of people use it for using connectors, mainly for shoulders or for elbows. So good work there. Now for the other one, the ATF is not gonna like this one, but you got yourself a sniper rifle. We only get this one angle from the picture here, but I will say, as a personal note, I'm not too big on guns as a whole. I support your right to have them, I just don't like them myself. But your design here, I actually really like it because it's not overtly complicated. Like, it gives, it has, definitely you can tell you're going for a sniper rifle, but you didn't have to get too into it. It's very streamlined, just down the angle. Like, I could dig into my box of black pieces and probably make this in a second just by looking at it, so I think that's really good. Good points on you for making that happen. But yeah, otherwise that's Coran. A really cool looking sleek mock. Definitely has the same type of vibe as Blue, so that just makes me like it altogether. I don't think there's really too much you could change about it. I like how he is. Maybe some people would critique the simplicity of the limbs, which is hit or miss what you're doing. Like, it just depends where do you want to put your effort of being custom at. Do you want a more custom torso, or do you want to customize the limbs? I'm not too good at doing torsos aside from the few builds that people have helped me discover, so I can't do those very complicated, but I get a little bit more success when it comes to the limbs in some regards. So overall, it's just it's really down to you if you want to do anything else with it. Otherwise, I really like this design. It feels like it's a good balance of play and design. So definitely, it doesn't feel like it's something that comes straight out of the box because of your own touches to customize it. But it's something I feel that could be used as a template for play figures. which is something that really is important to me. I like a Bionicle that can still, a mock that still feels like it can be a toy, that you can do stuff with it, especially when it comes to posing, which you would really have down pat with here, with how he's not too, he's not bulked as can be, so we wouldn't have any difficulty. Hang and pose, you'd probably make him like do like a handstand or something, so good job to you on that one, SpooKyren. Otherwise, so nice mock. Thank you everybody for watching. Please reach out to me if you want to have your own mock reviewed. I'm trying to get back to doing these more often, if not every day, maybe every other day. I was really wanting to get this next episode out because I feel like it's going to be a good one. But the show must go on, even with everybody going back to school now. I know people are going to be a little more hard-pressed to get me their line, so hopefully we can work around that the best we can. I can keep bringing you Bionicle content. Till the next review, Obceth out.